Well, this would be a very different video. I'm usually more health and fitness and mindset stuff and things like that, but the death penalty. 4 out of every 100 people that's put to death are innocent. They didn't do it. I have to make a video about this, and I hope it goes viral. Not for me, but for those innocent people that we've killed and that are going to continue to be killed because we still have that same system that kills 4 innocent people out of every 100. Nobody can be okay with that. Our death penalty, it's been around since forever. Almost every country in the world has gotten rid of it. Now me, when I hear of a savage person that's unrepented, they did the most horrible crimes, there's no remorse, there's no conscience, there's nothing. Somebody that I would say is irredeemable. Part of me wants to, yeah, I'm okay with killing that person. I go really back and forth on that. I've been okay with it more times than not. However, there represents a serious problem with being okay with killing the worst of the worst. And that problem is, if you're going to kill the worst of the worst, you're going to get some of the innocent too. And we're talking 4 out of every 100. No matter our intentions to get it right 100% of the time, that is not possible. That's not even something that is debatable. It's a fact. If you're okay with killing the worst of the worst, you're going to get 4 out of every 100 that were innocent. Open and shut. That ratio might vary, but it's an open and shut case. You're going to get some innocent people. Now, I've heard the argument that can be made for, well, somebody killed somebody that I love and care about, so are they just not supposed to get any justice? There's more rights for the murderer than the victim? That's not what I'm saying. When you kill somebody and you find out after the fact, well, they didn't do it, as we do 4 out of 100, you can't bring them back. It's done. It's over. If you put somebody in jail or just about anything else, you can right a wrong. Granted, that time is gone, but for the most part, you can right a wrong. When somebody's dead, you cannot bring people back from the dead. And if you think that we can get it right 100% of the time, if we could, then the death penalty is debatable in my opinion. And I don't say that to be right or to be wrong. But what I do say to be right is that if we cannot guarantee that 100% of the time we're going to get the right people, then we cannot have a death penalty, period. So if you can know this, like if you're okay with killing 4 innocent people out of every 100, then you are not different than me and you're not my equal. You're flat out inferior and spectacularly wicked. And you belong maybe in Saudi Arabia, but you don't really belong there either, because the world, in my view, has no place to tolerate any of that disgusting cruelty, wickedness, evilness upon innocent people to make sure we get the not innocent people. Now, what about the victims of the families of the people that are put to death by the state who are innocent? What about those families? Cry for all victims. The victims should have more rights than anybody. But how hypocritical is it to say that as rationale for the death penalty as we have it today, where 4 innocent people are victims by a state that kills them and cannot undo that? We can pardon, so many years after the fact, we can find out they didn't do it, we can exonerate them. Great, it makes us feel good. How self-absorbed and ego-trippy are we? But it does nothing for the actual victim to make it right with them and to bring them back from the dead, because we can't. And we will never have a system that works 100% of the time, because people are not perfect. So for anybody that believes it is possible to get it right 100% of the time so that we really do get the perpetrator and nobody innocent, if you really believe that's possible, then you have to concede that people are perfect and we never make any mistakes. And you know that's not true. So it will never be possible. That's why it's an open and shut case. It's not even debatable. It's not a matter of opinion or anything. We will never have it right 100% of the time. We could improve it, but gosh, in my mind, just killing 1 person is enough to say, okay, we cannot do this. Abolish the death penalty, because we're going to get it wrong sometimes. But as it is now, it's not 1 person, it's 4%. Over the years, we've killed over 1,000 innocent people. So if you do have somebody who was murdered by an absolute savage, and you know that they did it, and then they confessed, and their confession was genuine, and this and that, and they're unrepented, and you still want to kill that person, I understand. I kind of want to see that person dead too. But if you want to have a death penalty, even for people like that, you have to be okay with killing 4% that are innocent, and I am not okay with that. What about those families of those victims? You're not the only one that's been victimized. If you're even rationalizing the death penalty anymore, if you can hear what I just told you about getting it wrong 4% of the time, and you're still okay with the death penalty, then I don't know what else to tell you. I don't think you can grow a conscience. There's something not right in your head. There's some sort of a moral gene missing that will never be acceptable. It will never be excusable to kill innocent people, even if it's to make sure you get the bad guys. Man. Anyway, I had to make this video because how can I not? And how can you not have an opinion about this as well? We need to get rid of the death penalty. It'll never be perfect, so we need to figure out what to do with the most horrible savages that we've ever dealt with. We can't kill them anymore because you're going to get some innocent people too, and that's not acceptable. Not even one. But as it is now, 4%. That seems really high, like a really high number. How can we get it wrong that often? I don't know. But we shouldn't just improve the ratio. We should abolish the death penalty altogether, because even one person is too much. One person makes you an accomplice to murder, because this is being done with our taxpayer dollars at the approval of us. We approve of it, and we pay for it with our tax dollars. We're accomplices to murdering innocent people and victimizing those families. How sick and self-absorbed are we? Shame on us.